Oh, you make me wanna talk back to you.
Hey guys, Mona here. So today I actually wanted to just share with you guys about missing out on one spot to go to the Tokyo Olympic Games in 2021. I also wanted to share with you how I've been coping with it and the skills I've been using to help me during this time. So for those of you who has followed my journey for many years, I've been doing Olympic weightlifting for 21 years. And like you all know, when it comes to being an elite athlete, the pinnacle of every athlete's dream is going to the Olympics. Now, my best performances to date, especially after winning a medal at the Commonwealth Games in 2018 and then taking a gold medal at the African Champs, was probably one of my big highlights. I've got many achievements prior to that, winning medals at Commonwealth Champs, winning a gold medal there, winning a medal at the University World Championships, breaking Commonwealth youth records, breaking a ton of South African records, holding numerous South African records, and also national titles, and also being a part of the IWF Athletes Commission, which is a huge honor, and we got selected for that in 2020. So that has been really amazing to be in such an amazing position to be able to represent all the athletes in the world, being able to represent my athletes from my country, and also being there for them during tough times. Now, getting back to my Olympic qualification events. So I kind of wanted to just share with you how the last 4 years have been going, because a lot of times people only see the good. People only see the good training days. People see when you win, the titles, when you break the records, but they don't really see behind the scenes. So this is something I wanted to share with you today, because even though I missed out on going to the Olympics, and missing it by one spot, it's devastating, and I was heartbroken when I saw this, but there's also been a lot of good that's happened over the last 4 years, and I just wanted to also share with you my journey with how I've gotten through these things. And the reason why I say it's good stuff, because even though at the time when it happened it might not have felt like anything good, but when you look at life is all about lessons, and it's all about how you overcome these obstacles. And at the end of the day, all of these things can either make you stronger or it can break you as a person. And I have decided to take all of these things as lessons to make me a stronger person, to make me stronger as a coach, stronger as an athlete, and also be able to share my journey and my story with you guys. So the last 4 years, like I said, has been extremely good. There's been a lot of highs, but there's also been a lot of lows. So sharing with you guys some of the lows that I went through, you can say basically since 2019. And not necessarily a low at the moment, but it was definitely a massive challenge for me. Moving countries 3 times within that time period was extremely hard to juggle. I had to basically start over in these countries, even though I had a really good support system to get me back into training really quickly, so that I can continue my qualification events, because I ended up doing 7 international competitions during that time, to try and qualify for the Tokyo Olympics. Now, the first country we ended up moving to was Romania, and this was after living in the USA for 3 years, where I've been coaching and working with athletes and also giving mental skills seminars. Then after we moved to Romania, where we've been for 2 years, we ended up moving back to New Zealand. And, from New Zealand now, we are hoping to move back to the States. Um, and even though being able to experience moving to these countries, experiencing their cultures, there was also a lot of struggles with it. Because, like I said, starting over, being in a country where they don't necessarily speak a lot of English, it's all really tough. And also during that time, I ended up having a quad tendon rupture, which we think happened during the Commonwealth Games and kind of just became worse after that. And that was something I had to, get fixed really quickly. I had to do my rehab for it really quickly. And I basically only had like a couple of months to get back to top shape to compete at another Olympic qualification event. Um, I pushed my body to the limits during these 3 years. I did everything that I could, both mentally and physically, to try and qualify. I made sure that my nutrition is on point, my sleep is on point, my recovery is on point, my training is on point. And sometimes when you've been in the sport for a really long time, injuries happen. The body gets overworked, the body gets tired. And on top of all of that, obviously, like you all know, COVID happened. And that was extremely difficult for me to train during that time, and to get the Olympic weightlifting equipment while we were in Romania to continue preparation. That was also one of the main reasons we ended up moving back to New Zealand, where I could further prepare for the Olympics. With obviously dealing with those injuries, last year I ended up getting a surgery as well towards the end of the year. I got a surgery to remove endometrial polyps. I don't know if a lot of men know what this is, but the females out there that know about it, especially similar, it's very similar to almost endometriosis. You have a lot of pain during that time of the month, and sometimes that makes it almost impossible for you for like a day or two to be able to get yourself out of bed and to do your training, especially if it's physical or high intensity. And for me, being in a position where I had to prepare, the only thing I could rely on was, some pain medication to get myself through that pain to continue to train, to a point where the doctor said to me, listen, we need to get that surgery now, because it can affect you later in life with, obviously if you want to have children, and even just by doing your sport, because it will become that painful that you just won't be able to continue. So that was something I decided then to get done. I ended up being on bed rest for a month to recover. And, during this time, I, didn't just lay and do nothing. I made sure to continue my education. So I've got an honors degree in sports psychology, but then I also decided to further my education and get an honors certificate in mindfulness training, which I think has been so amazing and so beneficial for me during this time, just to have something else to focus on. And coming to the bottom line of things, what's really helped me to get through, not being able to qualify for the Olympics is having goals outside of weightlifting. I think if I didn't have goals outside of weightlifting, and being a coach and being a mentor and having my own business, Raw Strength, that I've been building up the last 2 years, it would have been extremely difficult for me to get through this, because I also feel like daily I wake up, my purpose is to work with my athletes, to give my best to my athletes as a coach, as a mentor, because I also feel like I need to be a role model. I also did tell myself that it's okay to grieve during this time, to basically deal with the feelings of not going to Olympics, because it meant so much for me, and I have sacrificed over the last 21 years so many things to be able to get to this position. And even though a lot of people say that, getting to this position where you got so close is so amazing, but to me, I feel like I got so close, but yet I was so far. So yes, I just wanted to share with you that, you know, having a purpose in life is so important, but not just having one sole purpose. Make sure that you have um, coping skills to be able to deal with these downs. Make sure that when something like this happens in your life, that there are people in your life to help motivate you. Unfortunately, you can have all the people in the world to also try and motivate you, but if you don't want to physically help yourself, it will also be impossible. So it's very important to make that decision that you are going to stand up every day, continue to work hard, even if it's small baby steps to get you out of that negativity and out of feeling sad and dealing with the mental health stuff of side of things when something like this does happen, because it is like a trauma. It just helps so much to keep going, even if it's waking up every day and doing something small, writing in a gratitude journal, going for a training session, even if it's not maybe your sport that you are doing, spending some time with family or friends, and just making sure you surround yourself with really positive people who are going to uplift you and be there for you. So definitely these are the things that has helped me to get over the fact that I missed going to the Olympics, which is the pinnacle point for every athlete's career. Like I said in some of my Instagram posts, this is definitely not the end of my journey. I will be continuing sharing with you what I will be working towards next. But at the moment, I want to keep on inspiring. I want to be there for athletes, female athletes, especially youth athletes, or male or female, if I can help you. I want to be a role model. I want to be able to, help athletes in the sport of weightlifting. I want to be able to, be there for them, guide them as a coach. I want to continue my online programming. So if there are any of you guys that are interested in my programming, you can just let me know. And just kind of follow my journey on the Mental Skills by Mona YouTube channel. So guys, please leave in the comments below if there's anything that you have dealt with over the years and how you have overcome it, or if there's anything that you're dealing with now at the moment. I'd love to hear what you have to say. And if you've liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'll be continuing sharing my journey and sharing some mental skills and weightlifting tips with you guys.